Is 2:14. Then the anger of the Lord burned against Israel, and he gave them into the hand of robbers, and robbed them, and delivered them to the power of their enemies all around, and they were not able to stand before their enemies. What's that verse? Yes. So when we do things against the Lord and stop following Him, it's going to be something we have to answer for. If we're not, if we're receiving God's blessing and we're not giving Him praise, He's going to send something our way, most likely, to take away our blessing. That way, because we were better off before we got it. Because if we're rejecting Him now because of the blessing, but we were praising Him prior to it, then it's better off us not being blessed because we're serving Him without the blessing. And oftentimes that's how it happened. God took away what they had so they could be committed to Him. Okay, in Philippians 4:10 through 14. Okay, Philippians 4:10 through 14. But rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at length ye have revived your thought for me, wherein ye did indeed take thought, but ye lacked opportunity. He's saying you wanted to help me. You had thoughts of me. Most likely that Paul was in their prayers. He's like, but you didn't have the opportunity to send help me. Maybe they were preparing to send him stuff, but by the time they sent it, he already gone somewhere else. And they could never have him be in a spot long enough to actually help him, which is likely. But either way, the fact that he was in their thoughts meant a lot to him. Sometimes just praying for someone, having them on our thoughts, is something that will encourage, which it did to Paul. Paul knew that they would help him, but they didn't have the opportunity, whether it was they couldn't send because of him moving around, or the fact that they didn't have to give to help. In verse 11, now that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therein to be content. So Paul's saying, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to be content. This is something hard to do. So oftentimes the way we feel is based on the circumstances around us. And it's human to feel sad when something bad happens to us. To feel hopeless when something bad happens to us. But Paul's saying he was content. Even if they couldn't help him, he was content. If they could help him, he'd be content. This is something hard to be, and it's only comes with truly knowing that the thing in life is your relationship with the Lord. Paul's relationship with the Lord kept growing. Now, if his relationship with the Lord slipped up, which it didn't, he would not be content, and he shouldn't be. That's the one thing we should never be content in, is our relationship with the Lord. We should always striving to be better, always striving to do more. Verse 12, I know how to be abased, and I know also how to abound in everything, and in all things have I learned the secret, both to be filled and to be hungry, and both to abound, and to be in want. So Paul did want. Paul has been hungry. Paul had needs that sometimes weren't met when he needed them fully to be met, but were later met. God took care of them. It's just sometimes it took time. Paul was okay with this. Paul was like, I've been hungry before, and I've been full. Paul knew it wasn't about the condition he was living. It was about who he was living his life out for. And that is what made him content. The fact that he knew he was serving Jesus. Verse 13. I can do all things in him that strengthens me. Paul's saying, if the Lord wills it, I can do it. That's important. People will misquote this verse saying, well, if you call upon the name of the Lord, you can do anything. No. If it goes against his will, you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't want to do anything outside his will anyway. But oftentimes this is misquoted, say, well, you can do anything. No, you can do whatever the Lord leads you to do. He'll strengthen you to do what he's called you to do. Paul's saying the Lord hasn't sent me food. He'll get me through it to get me where he needs me to be. Paul's saying I'm content because I know what the Lord's going to call me to do. He'll give me the strength to do it. Verse 14. Howbeit ye did well that ye had fellowship with my affliction. So he knew they were praying for him. They came together. Fellowship. They came together because of what he was dealing with. Our strength is in us coming together. The power of prayer is stronger when we come together. The word speaks louder when we come together. Our strength is in our unity with the Lord together. Paul knew that. And Paul encouraged that. And Paul appreciated that his affliction brought them together.